And I tell you what, Christine, it's been terrific visiting with you today, and you taking us all through your journey. It's interesting, and there's so much we could talk about. But I really want, we know now how you got introduced and into the cannabis and CBD space, and now how did the People's Dispensary come together? And tell us all, what is it?
So the People's Dispensary came together from the informal market. So we started in the informal market in
Okay.
Oakland,
Okay.
because in Oakland there was a special provision with the city that
Yes.
allowed you to have a private collective. So you didn't have to be licensed in the medical days. And so I could have gone back to technology once I got better.
Yes.
But I was so angry that I had lost 5 years of my life
Yeah.
to synthetic medication, that I wanted to make sure that our people, Black and brown people who have been the most harmed, who have been propaganda to make us ashamed of a medicine that comes from our ancestors,
Hmm.
that we needed to really get that out there and help our people and help people of color, people who are
Hmm.
veterans, people formerly incarcerated, have access to medicine. And so I decided not to go back to technology, but instead to create this company that really, we're for everybody, but we definitely center people of color. Like, we definitely are that company, because we need access to medicine. We don't almost have access to prescription
Yes.
medicine. And so that's how it came to be. And so I would say that we are both a company, a corporate company, but we're also a social enterprise, because we really believe that cannabis itself has a multi-levels of healing communities, multi-levels from a personal I'm sick kind of thing, from
Right.
I was incarcerated for this thing, that was being helpful
Hmm.
for people who are now coming out of the legal system, out of the prison industrial complex, going back into the world. Their records have been expunged. So how do we utilize cannabis as a whole industry
Hmm.
to really repair these harms, and then also offer medicine to people who really, really need it, like me?
Christine, that is a big vision, and you and I met talking about, right, social equity, and you live it on a
Yeah.
daily basis. You're building a business around healing, really a specific part of this nation,
Yep.
and so I want to know about that journey from the perspective of what roadblocks are put before you, right, that you have to figure a way around or over, etc. Tell me the journey.
Yeah, I think the biggest roadblocks
Hmm.
have been for me, of course, is raising capital.
Yeah.
So we raised capital from our community
Okay.
originally. So we did basically a Reg CF, which is all like non-accredited investors with some accredited investors,
Okay.
and we were able to raise a little bit over $1 million. But when I
Okay.
went out to go into the markets like VC, private equity,
Yeah.
their idea was, and I think this is changing right now, but their
I think
idea,
so.
I remember people telling me, oh, we're not doing social welfare. Like, that's social
Yeah.
welfare. You're trying to help the community with cannabis. We're trying to make money. And I'm like, hey, you're going to make a lot of money if you support these communities, because guess who your market is? Look at all of these big companies that are failing right now that did not take into consideration the people that actually made the cannabis market, meaning the consumers, which are
Yeah.
mostly Black and brown people.
Yeah.
And because you ignored that market and tried to do the thing you always do when you do companies, is to go to the folks that you need to convert over, you're losing millions and millions of dollars to this informal market that I used to be in. And I know
Yeah.
this because you did not consider the market. And so that has been the biggest for me.
Are they listening now, Christine?
They are listening so hard right now.